Save your money and save your roof. Okay, I want to talk to you guys today about our vents and valleys upgrade and how it can add 10 years life to your roof by just simply tuning up the things that should have been done when you had your roof done. So come check this out. This is all the venting that this whole roof has. Vent, vent, vent. This is the size of 4 people's houses. And it's basically got a vent per house. There's nowhere near enough ventilation on this roof. So ice damming is a concern because what's happening is all the cold air can come in at the soffits, right? So if we come down here, I just wanted to pop by this site to record this video. So the cold air comes in the soffit at the bottom, gets warm over the house, travels up, and then has to try and find one of these holes. So this whole face, all this air is going to try and squeeze out that tiny little hole. It's never going to happen. And so then what happens is the snow melts, right? Because the snow is on the roof deck. The heat comes up, melts the underside, so the underside turns to water. And it comes down the roof, and then it freezes at the edge and puts a ball of ice right here. And so what happens is then stuff creeps up underneath the valley. And if you get a close-up of this valley, you'll see that there's a shingle just laid in here. See this line right here and how the shingles lines are going like this? They just laid a shingle in here, right? And now your sealant strip is not holding this down, so now you can literally peel up this in some spots close to the edge. So then there's actually moisture and stuff in here. See? Dirt. Because the ice damming is causing the water go in here and leak. Right? This is a massively expensive roof. Okay? So what we're doing is, first of all, we're pulling up the valleys and upgrading them. Okay? And there's all kinds of other stuff gone wrong with this roof. Like if we actually come around in here, see? So this was a cedar roof. And see this? So when your cedar is this thick and your shingles are this thin, you have to adjust your step flashing in here. So now the wall flashing is not properly put in, so the shingles are lifting, right? And as you can see, there's some added wear and tear that's happening here. That's not the only thing though, there's lots more. So we want to upgrade our vents and upgrade our valleys. That's a package we do through our repair department to keep you able to use your roof and make it last a whole lot longer. So come with me over here. So what we've done is we've actually pulled up the valleys and we're laying all new ice and water shield. That's this peeling stick. Okay? So this peeling stick here, this here is a self-adhering membrane that's going to seal around the nails, right? But then, if you come over here, we're going to line them with permanent metal, right? Because as you see, the valley is 2 sheets of plywood. And there's a gap in here where moisture can go right in, right? And if this isn't cut perfectly straight, then the water can just go right in. So you have to put a membrane down, because the other thing, it's a hot day, right? It's 20, 30 degrees out. If you were to take your cold drink and put it on the patio, what's going to go on the outside of your drink? You're going to have that water, that condensation. The humidity in the air turns to water on the outside of your glass. So now imagine you got snow on here, and then you got the heat and humidity from the attic warming up the roof deck. This is going to get water on the back side of it. So that's what this is for, to protect it. Then we're going to shingle up these valleys properly. So now you're not going to have any of that problem of the valleys getting worn out and looking really crappy and old really early. The other thing we're doing is upgrading to ridge vent. So here, what we have is a ridge vent. Now not all ridge vent is created equal. Some people just basically take it and cut a hole in the ridge. So this is going to go over our ridge like this. Now some people, like what they do is they cut this back, which we're going to do. They cut this out to about this big, right? And then the warm air comes up. There'll be a shingle on here, but then the warm air comes through these fins, right? So the air comes up, comes through these fins and out these holes. So this will be bent over the ridge like that. And then no moisture can get in here, because what happens is if the rain comes in and it hits here, it hits these baffles, falls down, and then see these notches, right? These notches allow the moisture to come down off the roof. So it's going to sit on here like this, right? And that actually provides a nice hard structure. But some people will cut that strip and then put fish foam, like that filter. Kind of like what you see those green scrubbies. It's like that thick, but looks like a green scrubby. They put that on there, but then when you shoot the nails through for the cap, you squish it down, so then no air can come out. So we have to put this on, because then that creates a water trail for it to go down. This is covered by cap, so if the heat comes up, if there's snow on here, the snow melts, it comes down in these little holes right here, and it drips down and comes down here unimpeded. Now what this is going to do is make it so that now, this is, call it 6 inches, call that about 70 feet. Now as you can see, look at how crooked that calf is, right? This is pretty wonky. But when you put this down, you got 70 feet times 6 inches, you got 35 square feet of exit hole, just on this one ridge, right? But we're also doing ridge vent here, ridge vent there, 35 square feet. Now look at this. If this is a foot by a foot, that's 1 square foot. So you can clearly see that now the cold air comes in, works its way up the roof, and comes back out, keeping the attic cool. So you don't get that ice damming problem. Look at that roof across the street. Look how many vents they got on there, right? And then this whole house, same size, but nowhere near enough venting. We're also fixing these skylights. By the way, the Capilli roofing on my shirt, some friends of ours out in Hawaii, they sent me a shirt. Another roofing company. But anyways, we got some stuff to fix here. So we're actually going to replace these skylights with the new kind, because these are actually worn out. They're going to be a lot more energy efficient, right? And then we also have to work with these dead valleys here, upgrade this. And there's just a couple little details. But the biggest thing about this project is the vents and valleys upgrade. If you have a roof and your valleys are looking old and the rest of your shingles look okay, call us. Because what we can do is upgrade your ventilation, which is going to make your roof last longer. And then we upgrade you to metal valleys so that the valleys wear out at the same pace as the roof. Right now, these valleys are going to wear out a lot sooner. Thankfully, we got to this right away. Because we got here right away, and because Deanna was able to convey the importance of this to the customer, this customer's roof is going to last way, way longer because we can get all these issues addressed. Thank you so much for watching. It's a hot day. I'm getting back in the truck.